Welcome to the WOHASU Ripple Effect podcast, a global happiness series exploring the science and stories that shape our well-being. Hi, I'm your host, Elisa Juarez, and in this season, we're focusing on transitions, those inevitable life changes that challenge us, shape us, and open the door to new possibilities. Through conversations with expert coaches and thought leaders from the WOHASU community, we'll uncover practical tools, transformative insights, and inspirational personal stories to help you navigate change with clarity and joy. This podcast is part of the World Happiness Summit's mission to create a global ripple effect of positivity grounded in the latest research and the shared experiences of our vibrant community. Whether you're starting a new chapter, redefining your purpose, or searching for meaning in life shifts, this season offers strategies to help you thrive and find deeper fulfillment. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and let's create that ripple effect of happiness together. And today I have the opportunity of having a conversation with Judith Costa, an unconditional love coach. Now, I have never heard of a love coach before, honestly, and so I'm super excited about our conversation as we explore how self-love serves as a foundation for navigating life's changes, the journey to becoming a self-love coach, and practical strategies for overcoming self-doubt. Take a listen for this awesome conversation. Welcome, Judith.
Thank you so much, Elisa. It's a pleasure.
Where are you calling in from today?
I'm in Spain, even though I live in the US.
You're currently in Spain. I love it. So I'm calling in from Medellin, Colombia. And I think this is it's an amazing way of how we are all connected, right? So you and I actually had the chance of meeting in London at the WOHASU Summit in March of 2024. So really amazing that summit brings together people from around the world and that culture and community continues to grow. So when we talk about WOHASU being a global community, we really mean it. Welcome.
Yeah.
So what I'm really excited about talking, go ahead.
No, I would say that it was wonderful meeting you and everyone there, and that we created this community and we are able to have this conversation today. Let's dive in.
Let's jump right in. So you are a self-love advocate, and I love that title. And especially when we think about transitions, I think having a really strong foundation in self-love will potentially set us up for success, regardless of what transition we might be going through. And so in our conversation today, I really hope that we can dig into what self-love looks like during these transitions, especially in moments of uncertainty. And what I hope to also get out of our conversation is learning from you some tips and some tools of how we can overcome self-doubt and learn how we can continue to show up for ourselves emotionally and mentally in times of change. So you ready to jump in?
Yes, I am.
Let's do it. All right. So tell me a little bit about yourself and how you became a self-love coach, because that is a phenomenal title.
Yeah, I'm going to take you to a different world. I started my career helping people how to find their soulmates, how to find true love. And after teaching many people and working privately with many people, I discovered that one of the main reasons, not the only one, but one of the main reasons why people couldn't find love is because they didn't love themselves. Then there was no resonance. It was not possible to attract love if you don't feel it inside of yourself. The whole business navigated on its own to a different area. My real title is Unconditional Love Coach, because I don't help people with relationships. I help people with the relationships that they have with themselves. And self-love, to be true love, has to be unconditional. We have to be there for ourselves no matter what, with no conditions, in whatever circumstances, even when we are going through difficult transitions.
So tell me about how people find you. Like, how do people say, like, I need a self-love coach? Like, that seems like very brave and self-aware of somebody to be able to articulate that and then come find you. How do you usually find people?
Yeah. And I have people that are really self-aware, people that have gone through different situations in life where they have figured out that the problem is not in the circumstances anymore. like whatever happened, problems in relationships. It's my boss, it's my husband, it's my wife, it's problems with health. No, I am doing everything I can, but I kind of cannot go out of this route, and everything is happening because these are my circumstances. Then there is a moment when we realize that we are not a victim of our circumstances. We are powerful creators of our life. Even though we are unaware, we have power to transform our lives. And we have been in all of these kind of situations that we consider that are bad. We have learned a lot, but the most important that we can learn is that we have the ability to change our mindset, to change the way we process our emotions, the understanding, to reframe situations, to see things in a different way, to move to a different realm, to start a new life, to live in a different universe. Even though what is happening around us is not perfect, we can always have the power to respond to life differently than what we have been doing in the past.
So tell me how we do that. How do we actually, in a practical way, start thinking about how that looks and how we can show up? Like, how do you coach people through that transition and that moment of self-doubt potentially?
I help people to shift their mindset. We all have an inner voice. Our mind is designed to talk 24 hours, 7 days per week. And usually, if we don't have a good relationship with ourselves, the messages that we receive are not nice. Then you hear things inside of yourself, or you are not going to make it. Who do you think you are? You're not good enough. This person is better than you. This is bullshit. Forget it. It's not for you. You don't have this opportunity. Then the same way we train our body when we go to the gym, and we understand that through a process of practice, we will change the body, we can do the same with the mind. We have to understand that we are the boss and the mind is the servant. We don't have to believe everything that we hear in our minds, because it might not be true. And most probably, it is not true. It's based on circumstances and things that you learn from 0 to 7, from your past relationships, from the things that happened 5 minutes ago, or even from past lives, if you believe in that. Then the important is to become aware of what is happening inside of yourself to be able to change it. Does it make
So
sense?
I love that idea of, yeah, I was thinking about it like your mind is your servant. I don't think I've heard that language before. I think through WOHASU and the leaders and the researchers that we've learned from, we do talk a lot about neuroplasticity and our ability to change our mind, but I've never heard the term of like your mind is your servant. And I think that's a really great illustration of how we need to take more control over it versus letting it control us. Does that sound right?
Yeah, yeah. And taking your words, it's true. I mean, wherever we focus our energy is what we create. Then if you
Yeah.
want new neural pathways, something else, you have to stop thinking about the past. And your mind is a record of the past. It's not going to take you to a different
Yeah.
place. It's designed to keep you safe where you are. Then you have to use the power of your imagination, the visualization, the power of intention to go to a different place. But if you are full of self-doubt, if you are sabotaging any effort that you are taking to transform the present moment and where you are, it becomes complicated. I understand it's tough. But the
Yeah.
important is to trust the process. The important is to know that whatever you are creating in your mind, it's an opinion, and opinions can be changed. And when you change it and create these new neural pathways, you go to a different place. But it's not about 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. We have to do it with intention, with passion, to really be more in love with our future than we are with our past. And that requires some change. We cannot just open our eyes in the morning and connect with the same problems that we have. We create 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts per day, and almost all of them become the same day by day. Then we keep recreating our life. And what I'm proposing here is let's do something different. Put the intention on those things that you want to accomplish, on those things, not that you lack, that you want, that excite you, that you are grateful for, even though they are not still in your life. Then if you want to make a transition, but you are full of self-doubt, the most important is to start by supporting yourself. Become your best friend. Be there
Love
for
it.
you.
I love
Understand
it.
that, yes, it's difficult. It's difficult. Give yourself some grace. Know that, this is tough, but you can do it. Empower yourself. Become your cheerleader, your fan number one. Be there for you, one step at a time. Celebrate every small accomplishment. Self-love is a verb. Love is a verb. It has to be demonstrated into action. You cannot say, I love myself, and then criticize, judge yourself, don't be honest with yourself, compare yourself with others, put yourself down. Should I continue?
Yeah. No, I
If
get
you
it.
love yourself, you have to act in a way that is coherent with this love. You have to choose the relationships and the situations that really demonstrate this love that you say that you have for yourself.
Yeah. I love that. And what I'm thinking about is in this series that we've been doing and exploring the topic of transitions, there seems to be this moment of self-doubt, right? And so I'm hearing you on one side say, we need to love ourselves, be our best friend, our biggest cheerleader. And then I'm also seeing on the other side some destination that looks different from where we are now. And in between, there's that bridge of transitions, right? So we have to go from here to here, right? A to B, or A to Z, wherever we're going, right? And I appreciate the visual that you're giving me of like thinking towards the future of what that looks like, recreating something different from a past that we might not be excited or happy about, right? But I also see myself standing on the beginning of that bridge of that transition with self-doubt, like I hear what you're saying, but I don't actually believe it. Like, how do you help your clients or the people that you coach with? Like, how do they see self-doubt show up in these moments of transition? And how do you help them build the confidence and self-compassion that they might need to take that first step of the bridge to get to that next place, to get to that future that they envision?
Yeah, as a coach, I believe that clients have the answers within themselves, and I am just there to witness this. But you mentioned self-confidence, and this is a tricky word because for a lot of people, if you don't feel confident, it seems that you cannot close this bridge that you are talking from where I am to where I have to be. Maybe it's moving to a different country, starting a new job, whatever it is. And confidence doesn't really come from having everything figured out. That is what people usually think. Then, if I have everything under control, then I feel confident and I can act. No, confidence is more a connection with yourself and the universe that allows you to feel supported. Then it's like knowing that no matter what is going on in your life, you will find the resources, the people, the connections, the situations in life that will help you manage what is happening in your life. It's like if the universe has your back. Is this universe a safe place? Then you are not fighting against like the dragon. It's like if there is a dragon, don't worry, someone else will come and will help me to know what I have to do with this dragon. Then this changed a lot the situation, because if we are afraid of what is coming instead of exciting with what is coming, it's a totally different situation. Then I help my clients to see the future with excitement, to connect with the power of the intention of what they want to create. And this is what really helped them to close the bridge, to close the gap between where they are and where they want to go. And it doesn't matter what it is, but the important is that you become more safe. You understand that no matter what, you are always going to be okay, that you are well, that this is for a process of understanding, learning. Then you don't see like a succession of problems or challenges to overcome. life becomes more a little bit of an adventure, and you can jump in and you can just go through this process in a totally different way. Then I help them to reframe situations. Yeah, okay, this is complicated. Let's see in a different way. What are you going to get out of this situation? What is going to happen when you have the result? How are you going to feel? How important is this in the context of everything that is happening? Then it's like I take them by the hand. They walk. They are not alone, but they are the masters of their destiny. They are the ones closing this gap. And they do it with this sensation that I am powerful. This is my path. This is the way that in a unique way, I will do this. And this is part of who I am, because this is a special moment in my life where I can show everything I have and who I am. And I'll do it in the best way I can. And that's enough. To do the best you can, it's enough. Then this is what puts self-doubt out of the situation.
I love that imagery, and I'm a very visual person. So as you were describing the dragon and the excitement of still crossing the bridge, I got some chills going on, because I think I see a lot of like the dragons, right? And we're conditioned to be scared of the dragons. And I like the imagery of how to move through the idea of self-doubt. But I don't want to sugarcoat it, right? I think some of the topics that we think about when we think of transitions are really hard, right? The loss of an identity, the loss of a career, the loss of a loved one, a loss of time, right? So as we go through these transitions, like I see part of what you're saying, that like the dragons may come, we have the resiliency to get through, but it's not always going to be easy. So how do you help your clients and the people that you work with show up and continue to advocate for themselves when they get to a point in the bridge where there might be a missing piece on the ground and they get scared, or maybe two dragons come at the same time? Like, how do you help them build the resiliency that they need to continue to move forward?
Yeah, if you allow me, I'm going to answer this personally, because I tell the clients, you have been divorced, me too. You had cancer, me too. You had challenges like financial challenges, me too. I moved to a different country to start a new career. Like, this is a process. We are not prepared for these things. But again, only us are able to really decide how we want to live our lives. Then it seems scary, and I have so many different tools. I not only do coaching, but in every situation where I have been down, where it seems that life was ending, I became stronger. A different version of myself was born. Something happened that the situation was resolved even better than in my own imagination. When you seem to be like going to the worst moment of your life, you will remember these words. That's not it. Things can change unexpectedly in a moment. Then I'm here to give you hope, to give you confidence. I'm not trying to say everything is perfect and you are not going through difficult things. No, I have been where you are right now. And I can promise that if you want a change in your life, it will happen. But the important is not about what are you facing, is how do you find the resources inside of yourself that will sustain you through the process. It's the love for yourself, the relationship that you have for yourself that will help you to have a better health, more abundance, new love, whatever you want, opportunities that will find you, that will allow to manifest whatever you want in your life. But this is a realization that sometimes it comes with some time, with the need to go through certain circumstances until you find the power within yourself. because it's there. It never left. It has been always within you. And this is love. Even the love to forgive yourself and start anew. Again, you don't have to be perfect. You have never come here to be perfect. You have come here to be you. You with your circumstances, whatever it is. Maybe in your soul path, you have bigger and challenging circumstances than others. It doesn't matter. This is for you. And you can do it. And I trust you. I don't empower people. I really believe in them. And this power, this alliance between a coach and a client is what makes the client achieve things that won't do on its own, won't do alone. Sorry, I don't know what my computer is doing with the updates. I don't know, it makes sense for you, Elisa, does it?
No, I'm definitely feeling all of the feels. Okay. So I'm definitely feeling all of the feels. And again, I said like I was very visual, and so I can see this path. And I'm feeling super excited actually about rethinking some of the transition, like a transition I'm going through right now, and what that end path or that end goal looks like. But are there some habits maybe that you can share with us on how we can continue to like build that build the habits and build the muscle, I think, on a daily basis of self-love, for those who might be feeling a little empty in their self-love cup, or if this is something new that people have not necessarily thought of. All right, tell me, let's go. Do it. Give us some tips.
This inner critic that we all have that speaks in volumes, learn how to change the radio station. It will be good that you take like a week to really understand what is the reality of the relationship that you have with yourself. Then take a pen and a paper or in your phone, write every opinion that you have about yourself. What is the conversation that you have in your mind? Because if you don't know exactly what are you telling to yourself, how are you going to change it? And then for every of these comments that put you down, figure it out, an uplifting. It can be an affirmation. It can be just a sentence that covers what is happening. This is what I say, changing the radio station. If you're in the car and you don't like rock and roll and it's sounding in like, you're going to not be there. You're going to change it. Then you have to add more love into the conversation. You cannot love something that you don't appreciate. And for a lot of people, it's difficult to see themselves through the eyes of love. Then what do you like about yourself? Can you make a list of the things that you have, not your accomplishments, things that you like about yourself? Your smile, how nice you are, how good friend you are. What? Because this self-love is not empty. Like, oh, I have to love myself no matter what. Then, yeah, okay, perfect. No, it has to be based on something. Then what is this something? And I would say it's also important to start the day in a concrete way that helps you, the same way that you close the day and you leave everything behind. Then in the morning, when you get up, open your eyes and be grateful. You're alive. You can get up from the bed. You have two eyes to see. Be sure that your heart is open. Set the intention. I'm going to be in harmony and peace. I'm going to be loving. I'm going to be kind. Whatever it is that you want to do. Like take some 30 seconds, 1-2 minutes. It doesn't matter. Even if you do it in bed. Like to promise to yourself how your day is going to go. And don't give your peace away to the first person in the office or in the elevator or in the car that takes it. Don't say, oh, they did. No. You keep your promise to yourself. What is your commitment for today? Are you going to be happy? No matter what? For no reason? Because you choose to? Because it's important for you? Because you want to give this gift to the rest of the people that you are going to find during the day? You want to smile to everyone you find today in the morning? You want to send love to others? You want to just be grateful? What do you want to do? It's your energy. You choose. Then you elevate, with these elevated emotions, you elevate your vibration. You raise your energy. Then the more you love yourself, the more love you have to give to others. And then at night, no matter what have happened with the day, when you are in bed, closing your eyes, decide that you put everything there, like in a box. You send it in a spaceship and you let it go. You release, you forgive, whatever you want to say. Like it's not part of your day. Let the past be the past and live in the present moment. That is where your life is happening, really. Allow it to be real. That you can handle every present moment. Your life starts with every breath you take. Then if anything happens, you do address it. Okay, let's start again. That's our new life. At this moment in time, we start again. We forgive ourselves for whatever so-called mistake that we have made. We make a new promise to ourselves and we decide to move forward. Forgiveness is just this disconnection with the things that we don't like, we don't want to repeat, that we need to let it go in the past. Then help yourself through the day to release. We take a shower every day to take the dust, whatever it's that we are accumulating in our physical bodies. Then we have to learn how to release the energy that we accumulate during the day. We have to learn how to release the outside influences, the projections that others do, the fears that we take empathetically that we want to be there for others. Then be aware of how are you living your day. Be mindful. Observe yourself through the day and do it without judgment in the present moment. What is happening inside of myself? Don't be afraid of looking inside. You are going to find wonderful things. But the only way you can change your life is by becoming aware. And what it's putting yourself down, what it's not serving you anymore, all belief, all patterns, everything that you need to release or forgive, do it. Do it in the moment. Don't wait years. Do it right now. All of us accumulate baggage. Then
We
you are
can't
ready.
slay
You are
dragons
ready
if
to
we
start
have the
again.
baggage, right? Like, we can't slay those dragons and take that step forward with the baggage. I think I just want to reiterate the beautiful imagery of the bridge of transition, whatever the transition that has, that vision that we set for ourselves in the future and what that looks like, and those daily routines and habits. Waking up with gratitude, I think, is a great way, a great practice. You're right. We're another day, another breath, another way of setting and looking towards the world. And I love the idea of not letting anybody steal your energy, right? And I think it's a good reminder
Yeah, it's
that
yours.
people can steal it if we let them, right? And so having the protection of our power and our energy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we give it so freely, like to the
Yeah.
person that passes in front and upsets us.
Yeah.
Like, okay, here it is. I'm upset now. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
no, it's
And
up
at
to
the end
you.
of the day, it doesn't,
Always.
they don't care. Right? Like they won't know, they don't care. And then I think then it affects
Yeah.
our ability to be resilient to whatever else is going to happen in the day. And I like that routine and that habit, focusing back on self-love, like you mentioned, like rooted back into the self-love, into us being our best friend, taking care of our energy, elevating our own vibrations so that we can be better humans in the world, right? I love that.
Yeah.
Is there anything? Oh, and I was going to say the piece of letting things go at the end of the day. I think that's a good reminder for me. I try not to go to bed upset, which is a good habit that I've built. But listening to you also think about, I'm thinking about the things that I can release that aren't necessarily attached to feeling upset at a specific person, but just things that happened in the day,
Yeah.
or something I didn't accomplish that I wanted to accomplish, like letting that go, like you said, putting it into a box and sending it into space. Great imagery, letting it go, taking a deep breath, winding down, closing the day, and then starting afresh the next day, opening our eyes, deep breath, setting our intentions for the day. And I love how you're breaking it down into pieces that seem, it doesn't have to be a 17-hour meditation, right? I'm exaggerating, but like you just said, literally a
Yeah.
minute, 2 minutes is huge in terms of how we can set the day. moving forward and investing in our self-love. Anything else you would like to share with us?
Yeah,
These are
thank you.
phenomenal nuggets of wisdom.
Yeah, I would say that self-love is a very big concept. I mean, we have simplified here, for the matter of time and everything, but all of us have different challenges. And for some people, after a transition, not having time, going through something concrete where you have to offer everything you have to someone else, or just be there grieving, then it's important to remember that you have to take care of yourself no matter what. I have lost this. I've been taking care of my parents lately, and it has been difficult to have balance. And remember that no matter in what point of the path you are, you have to come back to yourself. That you have to have a safe place inside of yourself that you can call home, where you can return and replenish your batteries. That if you don't have anything to give, you are not going to be able to love others the way they deserve. They're going to take the rest of you, but not the best of you. Then through transitions, sometimes it's complicated to have balance, to have fun, to take care of yourself, to maintain no the state of mind that allows you to be happy, to be centered, to be excited. Then I perfectly understand. I have been there, and I'm with you. Then I just want to say, don't worry, no matter what is happening, love will always be there for you. Love is who you are, it's within you, it's always available. Maybe we have put so many things on top of it and we cannot find it, but it's there. It's inside. It's available, and we'll take care of you. No matter what, we'll be there for you. And love is the energy that transforms everything you want. Use it.
I love it.
Use it.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Cultivate
So
it.
one of the things I love, cultivate, I love it. I love the self-love. And one thing I love about our WOHASU community is the power of knowledge of our coaches and our facilitators, such as yourself. So if any of our listeners today want to learn more about the work that you do or working with you, how can they reach you? And is there any maybe like a tool or resource that we can share with our listeners today so that they can start on or continue their journey of self-love in the face of transitions?
Yeah, they can download some free meditations on self-love and go within that. It's a kind of a relaxation. And the easy way to connect with me and to see everything I do is to go to my website, judithmcosta.com. And there you will see the private sessions, the workshops, like Fall in Love with Yourself, that is specific, and retreats and other things that I have. You can subscribe to the newsletter. We can be in touch. You have all the links to social media. And you have a contact form. Any question you may have, I will be happy to talk to you. Then shoot me an email, or you have my phone, my email, or the contact form. Then I would love to be in touch and to continue this conversation.
Awesome. So we will put those in the comments. We'll do a downloadable meditation and resources to connect to Judith. So Judith, one more question. So I like to ask all of our guests just one fun question. So before I let you go, is there one thing that you love about yourself today that maybe you didn't love about yourself a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago?
Yeah, something that I change, that I appreciate, that I have learned from others also, and from my husband. It will be like going more with the flow. At the beginning of my life, I tried to control life, to feel safe. I'm very analytical. Then I needed to understand why things are happening. And I miss a lot of opportunities to be spontaneous and to do things because I was afraid to fail. Or then I learned how not to take life so seriously anymore. I change a lot, and I think that even though maybe I'm not at the same level of others, but this idea of going with the flow and allowing life to surprise me and see what comes with it, it's something that now I appreciate about myself. It wasn't there at the beginning, in the package at the beginning.
I love it. Well, thank you for sharing. And I love that you talked about something about who you are has changed that you now love. I want to thank you very much for your time. I loved talking to you about self-love. Thank you very much for your knowledge, for your wisdom. from your experience and sharing your story with us. And for everybody who's listening, thank you for joining us on today's conversation of self-love, especially in the light of transitions. Stay tuned for more episodes on transitions in this season of the Ripple Effect podcast. And also, if you'd like to join us live, we will be in Miami in March 15th and March 16th in Miami Beach for our annual World Happiness Summit. We'd love to have you and continue these conversations in person. Thank you very much. Ciao.
Thank you. Lots of love to everyone.
So I'll admit I had never spoken to a self-love coach. So having this conversation with Judith was amazing. So a few takeaways that I took, and please leave your comments below with takeaways that you got from this conversation. So here we go. So mind shifts can really help overcome self-doubt. And building confidence really comes from a connection with one's self. So how do we do that? I think one thing I took from Judith's conversation was that daily self-care practices really enhance our emotional well-being. One thing that I liked to be reminded on was that forgiveness really is the key to let go of the past and move on, and that we should always really think about celebrating the small accomplishments to continue to build our self-esteem. One thing that I needed the reminder of today was to really think about how your mind can be trained to serve you better. So really thinking about visualizing a positive future that can really help change your reality. And I would be remiss if I did not point a fine point on the self-love really requires action and commitment, and that you have the power to create your own life. Let me know what you guys thought. Stay tuned for more episodes like this one, and feel free to share this episode with anyone in your network who might need a little tip on self-love. Stay tuned to the next one. Thank you for listening to today's episode of the WOHASU Ripple Effect podcast. As we navigate life's transitions together, we'd love to hear your thoughts. What resonated with you? What's one small step that you will take towards greater happiness and well-being? Share your reflections and join the conversation in the comments below. Join us at WOHASU 2025 in Miami, March 15th and 16th to connect with a global community, dive into the latest research on happiness and well-being, and learn from world-class experts on happiness and social impact. It's a unique opportunity to come together, share experiences, and spark ideas that inspire positive change. Oh, and as a thank you for being part of our podcast community, you get to enjoy an exclusive 10% off your tickets with the code RIPPLE at checkout. That's RIPPLE. Visit worldhappinesssummit.com to learn more and reserve your spot today. We look forward to seeing you there and continuing this journey of creating a ripple effect of happiness and purpose. See you soon.